Hey, what's up, family? Just want to come to you. It's been a minute. I hope that all is well and you are staying safe. My apologies. My heart goes out to any and everyone who has been affected personally, whether they got sick or whether they lost someone to this virus. Um, I took a break. I needed a mental health break, an emotional health break. There was too much going on as far as ignorance and miscommunication and not necessarily I guess miscommunication, but wrong information and conspiracy theories and people forwarding garbage that is very, very harmful. Again, the incorrect information or wrong information can be detrimental, i.e., this guy wondering if you could inject whole household cleaners into your veins, stuff like that. This was extreme, but other things that I was looking at was just as detrimental, and people were forwarding it without second guessing or not or fact checking, shall I say? But that's neither here nor there. I want to say real quick. Um, there's a lot. This is a new space for most of us. I mean, I've been alive 48 years, almost 49, and I've never seen anything like that. And from what I understand, most people who are still alive have never seen anything like this before. So it's strange, it's new, it's scary, it's a whole bunch of things, and people have different emotions based on who they are, where they are, what their history is, what their what's the word I'm looking for, their experiences are. So we're all dealing with this thing differently. I'm not here to bash or beat up or anything like that with anybody. I just wanted to share some thoughts, and whatever it is that you're feeling, it's okay. No one can tell you that it's wrong, whether it was COVID-19 or whatever. Your feelings are valid because they're your feelings. But again, but also, or not but, and also, like I said, this is such a new, scary time for so many people. And you may get depressed or sad or lonely or confused, and that's okay. And some people may be determined to push through and progress and think of new things to do and to stay positive, and that's okay too. Um, the whole let's speak on this opening up salons and gyms and things like that. Now, again, I'm not bashing anybody because everybody has to make decisions based on what their needs are. I don't know people's finances or their housing or whatever the case may be. Um, Me personally, I don't think, and I've said this before, there is no haircut or anything. Let me put it like this. I personally would rather be on the other side of this and to dig myself out of debt or to have to fight with landlords or go to court or whatever. I'd rather be on the other side alive than to go to work and put myself at risk and put others at risk. And there's a thing, and I've seen posts all over on both sides of this. People are going hard. Barbers are going hard. Some of them, I'm be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised that a lot of the people I follow are like, no, no, no. We're not going back because we care about you guys and we care about ourselves. So we're going to take our time and make sure that this is under control. Um, what I was going to say is like, this thing feels like to me, the Tuskegee experiment. Black people love to get their hair and nails done. They love stuff like that. And so, I think about it from a logical perspective. There are the studies that are coming out saying that we, black people, are more at risk. So to me, it feels like the Tuskegee experiment from the standpoint of, well, let's open up the things that they like to do. Let's rush off and kill them off or do whatever, see what actually happens. And, I've seen people and posts, well, I got to make this money and, I'll be that test dummy because, I love what I do and all that. That's fine. I'm not taking that away from anybody. My point, factually speaking, we know that this virus is spread a lot of times from the breathing. And, the social distancing seems to be working. And so when you're on top of somebody, even with the mask on, you're breathing. They're breathing, you're breathing. And whether you get it, whether they get it, you're putting people at risk. And how I understand people getting upset like myself is because the reality is, although directly it doesn't affect me, what you do and what your clients do or whatever, but indirectly it does. Because those of us who are doing what we're supposed to do and staying, again, I'm not beating anybody up because everybody's reasonings are different. But the longer this thing is out of control, the longer we who are doing the right thing are going to have to stay inside. That's the reality. So it does indirectly affect us. And the thing is, it's not just going away. There's no vaccine for it yet. So even if it curves or flatlines or whatever, it can spark back up anywhere at any time because there's no vaccine. So if we quarantine, if we lock down, if we self-isolate, if we stay, because we have to get out to go and get grocery or whatever it is that we have to do. There are essential things, haircuts or not. Y'all see, I've got my stuff with me. And in solidarity with my clients, I ain't shaving. Y'all say I'm missing hair up here, but I haven't cut anything. It's interesting because I said in 2020, I was going to rock the goatee up until September. And because of this, I'm growing this beard back, but it's not intentional. I don't want it, but I refuse to shave because I want to be in solidarity with my clients because, hey, this is something that affects us all. I just want to say be safe and be careful. And if you feel overwhelmed, tune out of Facebook or whatever social media. Don't watch the news as much. Call on a friend, meditate, read a book, whatever it is that calms your spirit and brings you joy. Please do that because you are valuable. And it's sad that it gets to places like this where people have to tell you you're valuable and let you know you're valuable, and that's why I try to do it all the time. That's why sometimes you all get random texts or random phone calls or random emails or random cash apps from me because I want you to know. I don't want you to leave this earth not knowing that somebody, me, cares about you and that there are a lot of other people who care about you who don't take the time to say so, and not saying anything's wrong with that. We're all different. I know what my ministry is, and all this reaching out is a part of my ministry. So I just want to say, whatever it is you're going through, it's fine. Whatever you're feeling is fine. Just know that you don't have to go through it alone. And just know that if it becomes overwhelming, there are steps. There are lines. If you're feeling suicidal or whatever the case may be, there are, and I'm sorry I don't have numbers with me, but you can Google everything. But even if you just reach out to a friend, or even if it seems overwhelming, do something different. Get out and take a walk. What's the word I'm saying? Unattach, detach, unplug, and just find something else to do. Exercise, do some jumping jacks, do some crunches, do something. Just take your mind off and help yourself. Don't overeat. Drink a lot of water. Do the things that will help your mind to easily access the good. Know that we may not know when this is going to be over, but we know that one day it will be over. And I want you all to be on the other side of this. I want you all to make it to the other side. Make wise decisions. I don't know any jails for people with bad haircuts or bad hairdos or overgrown hair. I don't know any jails for people who don't pay their bills. I do know they can garnish your wages for not paying your taxes, but I want people to make wise decisions. And again, everybody's on different spectrums of this thing, and people want to go in this and other. But the reality is, this is the way I look at it when it first started, before some of these governors started lifting bans or whatever the case may be. Is the reality is, if there's a barber who is said he's traveling. He's not just coming to you, he's going to other places. And who's to say if I allow you to come in, I'm probably going out doing other. My point is that they're saying you can go 14 days without having symptoms and still pass it on, whatever the case may be. Just be wise in your decision making and know that your decisions affects the rest of us. And again, that's not beating anybody up, because some people are cutting because they love cutting, and that's what's bringing them life. That's what's keeping them energized and keeping them from going crazy. However, there is the downside that there is the possibility that it's putting people at risk. And then you go home and you pass to your child or your partner or your grandmother or your mother. And, it's unfortunate, because I've seen the posts where people have had parties and people haven't social distanced, and old people who aren't in nursing homes are dying. And it's like, you can't have funerals at this point in time. So now you're grieving, and you can't properly grieve. You can't do a proper burial, proper service, whatever it could be. It's just, for me, it's not worth it. I want you guys to be safe and on the other side. And for those of you, my clients, I'm going to probably do an Instagram about this little piece. And it's just this. While we're all going through this together, it's still very important to shampoo, condition, and moisturize your hair and beard every day. Shampoo that, put some conditioner on it. Now's the time to grow your waves if you want to. For those of you who ever wants to know what you look like going bald, you go ahead and shave it off, because it'll grow back. We've got time. For those of you who are afraid to let the gray go through, just go ahead and have fun with it. Just let the gray shine through. Don't even bother trying to color it. Just go ahead and let it do what it's going to do. But I love you guys. This isn't a beat up session. I wanted to come back on because I started to miss you guys. I don't miss the madness, and I guess as I see madness, I can just do the unfollow button. I don't want to unfriend people I care about, but I can do the unfollow and not log on as much. But I'm back. I love you guys. I hope you guys are safe, and prayers, peace, and blessings to those who have lost folk in this time. And shout outs to those who fought and came on the other side of COVID-19. I fortunately know 4 people who went through it. And from what they said, it was hell, but they fought their way through and came on the other side. Before I left, I want to say this. Before I left social media, I saw a few people talking about, we're always talking about the death toll. Why don't we celebrate the people who have recovered? And that's all well and good. You can celebrate the people who are recovering, but the reality is there are more people still dying. The death rate is still going up. So we don't want to give people a false sense of, oh, you can relax because people are recovering from it. There's still many more people dying and being infected than those who are actually overcoming. So whether people are overcoming or not, from what I understand, the people who go through it, it's hell. So why even put yourself in harm's way to, and then again, everybody's not going to make it. Everybody who gets it clearly aren't making it through. So say for instance, I want to go back because I've been hearing stories about elderly people. You're giving people birthday parties and stuff like that. And these are seniors who have compromised immune systems or other health issues. And for a party, you put them at risk and they've died, when we could have held off the party till next year and had another reason to celebrate, another year to celebrate. So I love you guys. I'm happy to be back. I look a cute mess, but a mess nonetheless. Like Vanity had a song, for those of y'all old enough to remember, it was such a pretty mess. But I love you guys. It's almost 15 minutes, so I've taken up enough of your time. But please be safe. Please be careful. Please be wise in your decision making. If you have to go out, try your best to keep that 6 feet distance. Everybody's not doing it. I see that. Put on that mask. Put on those gloves. The thing with the gloves is, don't touch your face. The gloves are to remind you not to touch your face and this and other. And as soon as you touch something, like for me, when I go out, I have my gloves, I have my mask. Y'all seen some pictures, and I have hand sanitizer or wipes with me. So as soon as I touch something, I wipe my gloves. When I have to go to the bathroom in the store, I wash my gloves. That's what I do. So you guys be careful, be safe. I love you guys. You're not alone. Reach out to somebody. If you become overwhelmed, if you can't find the strength within yourself, reach out to somebody. A lot of us are going through all kinds of emotions, so you're not alone. So I love you guys, and I will prayerfully see you on the other side of this.